All right, welcome back to the eBay shop. My name's Corey.
I'm Teresa.
And we are Grams and Pops Vintage. And today we're going to look at some cool things here. We're going to look at a buy that we did recently. And we've bought a few of these before, but never a lot of them. And we kind of learned something from that buy that we're going to share with you. We're going to look at a couple of comments we had over the last week. And we're going to look at a new thing that we're doing in our eBay business that's actually going to add a couple percentage points to our profit margin at the end of the month, which would be nice because we like profit. So we're going to talk about all those things. Stick around till the end, but in amongst these, we need to talk about kind of what sold over the week because we do have to pack and get to the post office today. So let's look at what sold first.
We sold a puppet. We sold a Folk Manus Scarlet Macaw plush puppet.
So we sold this creepy macaw puppet. Where did we get this thing?
It was at a garage sale.
Oh, okay. We have a paper parrot that we got out of our storage unit. I thought maybe this was it.
But this is the second puppet we sold because we sold him, but we also sold the big, long monkey one. Remember that one that the guy really didn't want to sell?
Yeah.
But yeah, we sold that one too.
So a Folk Manus macaw parrot puppet. It's actually pretty cool. And that sold for what?
$24.
$24 for a puppet. Keep your eyes open for puppets, I guess.
Yep.
And that one is, we said Folk Manus puppet.
Yep.
Okay, whatever that is. That's the brand this one is.
Okay, let's talk about another thing we sold. We sold a pickup manual, a Chilton's Ford pickup 1965 to 1986 repair and tune-up service manual, number 6913.
Square body Fords, and this is an older manual. Somebody bought it at Napa at one point.
It's in pretty good shape for as old as it is.
Yeah, it really is in pretty decent shape. And this one sold for how much?
Sold for $19.99 free shipping. So it'll cost me like $3 or $4 to ship it with media mail.
Yep. And we didn't knock that out of the park by any means. That's not a huge thing. And we've bought these kind of Chilton repair manual type things before, but that's kind of our first topic is we bought a lot of manuals.
2 banker boxes.
Yep. 2 banker boxes full of manuals. And they were kind of assorted different manuals in them. We had some motorcycle manuals, some car manuals, just a good variety of different manuals. Now, the reason we bought this lot of manuals was basically because they had the motorcycle stuff in it. And it was unusual.
Harley, Honda.
Triumph.
Oh, yeah, it was mostly Triumph. Sorry, yeah, it was mostly Triumph with a couple of Hondas in there. Yeah. Or a couple of Harleys.
What was the other one that we sold? That was
the Norton
manual, Norton motorcycles. Didn't know there was a Norton motorcycle, but
it's going international too.
Yep. So I guess with these, we're finding out that the more uncommon the manuals. So Fords, Chevys, those are super common. That's like your Avenger movies and your DVDs. They printed 1 billion of them and they're not worth a terrible lot of money. You still can get money out of them, but they're not worth a lot. But if you grab something like a Norton motorcycle manual or a Triumph motorcycle manual, they didn't have nearly as many of these books for those type of things. We're finding out that's kind of where the money is at in these repair manuals.
Yep, and the first one that we sold it shortly, I swear it was like less than 24 hours after we listed it, was a Harley manual. And it sold for $56. So after fees and everything, we almost completely recouped our $45 that we now have after all the manuals we've sold. We've recouped everything.
So we've kind of switched up the way we source for these. We bought those 2 banker boxes. I think there was just over 40 books in them. We paid $40. But I think we're less likely now to go into a garage sale and buy a 1980 Chevy Cobalt manual. I mean, it's just not. We're looking for more rare vehicles. I mean, if they had a Datsun or a Mazda manual.
We got some of those.
Or a Volkswagen or motorcycle manuals or something like that, I think we'd be way more interested. So at least in our experience so far, that's what we're finding, right? The more rare cars. They're not rare, they're just not as mass produced as Fords and Chevys and Dodges.
We picked up a Harley manual a while ago and sold that for good money too. Yeah. Remember that little one that we had?
Yeah, that was a user's manual. So not just the repair manuals. If you're finding the user manuals for bikes and stuff, those have some value too. So if we're missing something, and we almost certainly are, and you have any experience in this part of reselling, the repair manuals and user manuals, let us know down below if you have any tips for us. But that's kind of what we're seeing so far, is that the mass-produced vehicle manuals are just not that great, and that's kind of across the board with any reselling, I think.
And I do have one manual that I can't find anywhere.
Yep.
It's an engine manual for a V8 Ford from back in the day, and that manual doesn't exist anywhere that I've seen.
Yeah, we haven't been able to find it yet, but we will find it. So yeah, leave us some comments and let us know. Maybe help us learn something about it. It's kind of a new area we're diving into that we've not done a bunch in so far.
Nope.
But all right, let's look at another new area we're diving into.
We sold some cologne. We sold some vintage Ralph Lauren Safari for Men cologne. It's like a mini bottle.
Yep. So it's out of one of those little Christmas boxes you get with like 4 or 5 different colognes in them. And as a box set, they didn't have a lot of value.
Nope.
I mean, they weren't selling well as a box set, but as the individual little bottles here, they actually sold pretty well, and they sold decent. We've already had offers on all of them, but this one we did accept an offer on, and it sold for what?
$23.99. It's free shipping, but it'll seriously cost like $4 to ship it. So
Yeah, perfumes and colognes we've started to do okay on. We tend to not grab them unless they're full, and we haven't played around with the used ones much. All right, so what's sold next?
we sold some Stampin' Up. We sold a Stampin' Up Guy Greetings photopolymer stamp set. It's all about guys.
All right, so there's wrenches and shoes and cars. That's kind of a cool stamp set. And it is used. You can tell it's used, but it looks lightly used. And that sold for how much?
$19.99 free ship.
$19.99 free ship. And I think when we divided these out, we had like 60 cents in each of these. So we'll take that all day long.
Yep.
All right, first comment from this past week here we're going to look at. I think you grabbed a couple comments.
I did.
What do we got?
And the first one is making fun of us.
So
I like it.
This is our math comment, I'll bet.
We can't math. So the first comment was LOL. Oh, sorry. The first comment was from Treasure Breaks 5274. And he or she said, LOL, 40 plus 75 is 135, smiley face. You're now $70 in the profit because 40 plus 75 is 115. I love how he just agreed. Yep. I like you guys.
Yeah, we were doing the math on our Stamping Up buy, one of the ones we just sold in a previous video, and yeah, our math was not stellar.
No.
Our math was not even in the ballpark.
No.
And we did just like, she rattled off the math and I just agreed because I didn't want to do the math in my head.
So
and
now,
I thought I could trust her math because she's an accountant. So I'm going to blame this on her.
So now I'm wondering if we overpaid on that, because I know we agreed on 75 on all of the just the stamps.
Yep.
And then we had a pile of stamps with the die cuts and stamps with the punches.
Yep.
And I swear we agreed on 40, but now maybe I'm thinking 55. But even if you do 55 and 75, that's only 130.
That's what we paid.
Was it?
We paid $130.
Oh, we did.
See?
Okay. So I'd have to go back and check because we did.
100% we paid $130 because I paid her.
We did Venmo.
Oh, you did. So I'm not only are we bad at math, we're bad at memory. I could have swore I paid her.
So yeah, we paid her via Venmo, so I could always go back and check and see. But I think you are right. I think we paid $130, and we paid $55 for the special stuff and $75 for the stuff. Which, if I do my math right, 50, 55, and 75 is $130.
I'm not agreeing. I'll do the math later with a calculator.
Okay. So we suck at math.
So yes, thank you for helping us correct the error of our ways on that, because we would have gone on thinking that was correct. Did you find the right math? It is 130. So there we go. We have it verified by a professional calculator.
We did buy a calculator. That's pretty bad. So yes, thank you for pointing out our math. We suck at it. We don't math very well.
Yeah, we might be in the wrong business, but we're going to keep trying because, by God, what else are you going to do? So, all right, what did we sell next?
We sold some vintage ornaments. We sold 2 boxes of Sears, Roebuck & Company glass red bells.
Yep. And these boxes are a little worse for wear, but they're still in there. And the ornaments are actually in pretty good shape. But what did these sell for?
The two of them together sold for $19.99.
Yep. So 2 boxes of these. When I wrap these, I will bubble wrap around these, and then I will actually like burrito these in cardboard and bubble wrap them again and put them in a box with packing all the way around them. So we've been pretty successful shipping these very delicate ornaments so far. And knock on wood, I don't think we've ever had one broken yet. And we're going to try and continue that streak with these. So those were actually, I think these might have been in that buy where we paid like 25 cents a box for them.
I think they were. We don't typically pick those ornaments up.
No, unless they're just like dirt
buck
cheap
or low.
and 100% we're sure they're vintage.
Yep.
So,
Which we know Sears and Roebuck's is because Sears and Roebuck's ain't around anymore.
yep. And here's one from our newest category we've been having fun with lately. What sold next?
We sold silverware. We sold a William Rogers and Sons silver-plated enchanted rose dinner fork set of 4.
Yep. And these ones are ones you don't find very often. These are actually still wrapped in their original like plastic wrapping.
Yep.
So they've actually never been used. They're brand new.
Yep. They do have tarnish because somebody didn't put the tarnish sheets in there.
Yep.
But
not bad though. I mean they're a little bit yellowed but not terrible.
there's one on the end.
There's a little bit in there. But those 4 forks sold for how much?
$14.99, and I didn't pay much for the whole set.
So it's just crazy to me that you could even sell 4 forks for $10 and they're so easy to ship. And we have next to nothing in these. So,
Yep.
all right, you got another comment for us?
I do. It has to deal with silverware, which is something, like you said, we've been learning about and selling a lot of lately. But they just recently started selling a lot. Like, we've had them listed for a while. But the comment is from, I think it's Sun Drop Cat. And she said, also this time of year is the best time to list and sell silverware because everyone is preparing for the holiday dinners.
Yeah, when she said that and I read it out loud to Teresa, we were both kind of like, duh. Like,
Yeah.
it had never dawned on us. But yeah, silverware would or could be kind of seasonal. Because when else do you really think about your silverware?
Easter.
When you're getting ready to host some kind of an event.
Yep.
So it makes perfect sense when you're thinking about it now. But yeah, before that, we would have never considered silverware as being something seasonal.
Probably not, because when we do use special dishes on holidays, like we have china that we use for Thanksgiving and Christmas, but we just use our regular old silverware that's in the drawer.
Yeah, I'd use plastic silverware. It doesn't matter to me, but I can totally see where people would be getting their place settings together and figuring out their holiday meal settings and stuff. So that was a great tip and kind of opened our eyes to a seasonality thing that we hadn't even considered.
Because at our last estate sale we went to, I picked up some more Oneida silverware.
So thank you for that comment.
Yes.
It actually shed a little light on something we were not educated on.
Light bulb.
Light bulb comment.
Okay. The next thing we sold is some more Lamax. This one we've held on to for a while, but they are Lamax poly resin crate.
They look like the little wooden crates you think of being down by a dock or something like that. So, or a shipping warehouse or something.
I think that's what they're from, but I don't know for sure.
Those little tiny crates sold for how much?
$8.95.
Yep. Plus shipping.
Plus shipping. Okay, another thing that we sold, which are my favorite, and I've found out some other people have used the website that we use to look them up now too, and they've had success. We sold a Littlest Pet Shop. It is Pet Possibility Ruffles O'Reilly the Chow Chow.
Yeah, so we got a little Chow Chow. Is that Chow Chow's a dog, right?
Chow Chow's a puppy.
Looks like a cat, but Chow Chow dog, puppy. So that little guy sold for how much then?
He didn't sell for much, but he sold for $279.
$279. Super exciting sales today.
Hey, he sold.
Yeah. I mean, $279 doesn't sound like much, but we only got a couple cents in all of those. We bought buckets of them. So every dollar that comes back on those is profit at this point. All right. So next is our big project for the next, I would say for November. We'll probably leave everything alone through October here, but by November, we would like to get this done and get a little bit more profit margin in our business. And the way we're going to do that is by connecting Pirate Ship to eBay.
Yep.
I know a lot of people use Pirate Ship and a lot of people just use eBay shipping. It sounds like from everybody we've talked to, the rates are the same.
Or roughly cheaper, depending on what you ship.
Yeah. Most of what I've heard is the rates are pretty much identical across the board. So money-wise, we're not going to save anything. we're going to gain the profit margin by linking our Capital One credit card to Pirate Ship, so that all of our shipping with our Capital One, we get 100%, we get 2% back on 100% of all purchases.
Yep.
So 2% cash back on every penny we spend on shipping actually will add up pretty significantly by the end of the year.
Yep, it will. I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of leery on it though. I'm used to just picking everything and putting bulk shipping and going from there. So when we do it, I think I might have to do it not on a Monday and do it like in the middle of the week where we only have 8 or 9 orders or 5 or 6 orders, however many per day. That way I don't have a panic attack as I'm learning it.
Yeah, change is always a little rough, but 2% cash back on all shipping expenses for the amount of shipping that we do is significant, and we're not going to pass that up. So we will make the switch here, and we're going to have to go through a little bit of growing pains to learn the new setup and change our processes. But I think it's going to be a pretty positive change, and we'll have to let you guys know how that goes. But that's kind of our plan here for the next month, is to get that switched over and add a little bit more profit into the business.
If you do it currently, you have eBay linked or Pirate Ship linked to your eBay. Let us know if you've had any issues, or what struggles or what benefits there are to it. Just because, like I said, I'm not one for change, so I want to know everything before I do it. So if you have pro tips on it or struggles that you've had with it, put them down in the comments below so we can see.
And we do use Pirate Ship. We use it outside of eBay. It's not connected. So every now and then we have a package we need to ship that we don't ship through the eBay platform, and we do it on Pirate Ship and then just put the tracking in or whatever. But we're not linked up yet. So to put that integration together and use it kind of how we're doing now with eBay is the big change in our processes that's coming. So if you have any information on that, again, let us know and we'd appreciate it. But that's kind of where we're planning to go there. And it'll be interesting to see what 2% of all of our shipping comes out.
Just knowing that, some days, we have $200, $250 in shipping on our weekend orders,
Yeah, I could see that. Take just our weekend orders times 52 if you figure a $200 average, and then we could do some really bad math and we could be millionaires.
We're not going to math. We're just going to leave it alone. No math.
So that's what we're at for today. We do have to get this stuff packed and out to the post office. So
we do have 2 more orders.
Oh, we're not done yet.
No,
hang around a minute. We do have 2 more orders for you.
We do. We sold another Lamax. We sold the street sweeper set.
So like an old-fashioned street sweeper with a mop bucket and stuff going here. That's pretty cool.
Yep, he sold for $9.
$9.
So we have slowly but surely been selling motorcycles. These are items that we picked from.
Yeah, we got these from another picker. We got these ones from Inked Picker in the haul. Well, it wasn't a haul. It was a haul. We bought a bunch of her inventory as she was moving, and we've been selling these like hotcakes.
Yep, most of them are listed at about $9.99, which still leaves us plenty of profit for it. But yeah, we've sold at least one every other day lately.
So this one actually sold for how much?
That is I gotta tell them what it is first. It's a motorcycle, but it's a Harley FLSTS Heritage Springer motorcycle.
That's him right there.
Yep, and he sold for $9.
Sold for $9. And I believe when I checked yesterday, we have made a little over $700 in sales off of that.
Yep.
Now that's not all profit. That's just our sales. But I think we paid $700 for the whole thing. So we're getting closer to the profit. We're not quite there yet, but these have been helping us get closer every day.
Now we're done with orders.
So we're going to get packing and we're going to get out of here, and we will see you guys next time.
Hasta la vista, baby.